Okay, so I had my doctor's appointment today that I was telling you about, and I saw a different doctor. Well, I've seen him once before, but the practice that I go to just doesn't, they don't know who I am, you know what I mean? And like, they don't know my history. Every time I walk in, like, they like, oh, you had another baby? Like, oh, you had a baby early? You know, like, it's like, why don't you read that before you come in the door? I don't know. But anyways, so, he pretty much told me that all my symptoms align with preeclampsia, but they could also just be regular pregnancy symptoms too. But and it's hard. He said there's the line that you just can't tell the difference from. And
he said, I've sent women to the hospital and they didn't need it, so I'm not going to necessarily. What did he say?
No, he didn't say it like that. He said,
how did he say it?
I'm eating some goldfish. Sorry.
It aggravated me.
He said there was no protein in my urine, and so because of that alone, he just didn't want to send me to the hospital. He himself didn't want to send me to the hospital because it was a long drive and I might have a copay and like all these things, in which I get, like, he might just be telling me like, factor this into your, you know, before you go, just make sure you factor this in, like, but
I don't care about any of that.
But he said he's sent women to the hospital plenty of times, and a lot of times their blood work comes back fine, and they wasted a trip pretty much. And then he pretty much left it up to me whether or not to go or to wait until my blood work comes back and just hold off. He told me to go home and take 2 Excedrin, and if my headache doesn't go away, to go to the hospital. So essentially, he pretty much just told me to go to the hospital. I mean, I took a Tylenol an hour ago and I still have a headache. I didn't want to take Excedrin because I already take aspirin and I've already maxed out my caffeine for the day, so why would I do that? You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
there's no caffeine in it to do it.
oh yeah, but I mean, I've already hit my max.
Right.
So anyways, he told me also, so like my blood work came back on, let me read it to you, from 2 weeks ago, and I was having pain in my abdomen, which I still get every now and then, but it wasn't like that week. It was like a solid week of constant pain. It was like a solid week of constant pain, and so I went and got my levels checked, and they never called me or anything, but then they put it into the system as my condition is alkaline phosphatase elevation and elevated LDH. When I look those both up, it does have stuff to do with preeclampsia and stuff like that. So I'm like, why didn't they call me about that? And then he didn't even mention it today as part of like, oh yeah, these were elevated. I don't even know. Like, just tell me what that means. You know, if it was enough to not even just show in my results panel, you put it into my conditions panel. But anyways, aside from that, I've got a lot of swelling. And he looked at it and was like, yeah, there's no doubt you are swelling. And I was like, okay, thank you. And also, so my blood pressure when I went in today was 142/84. And he told me that was great. So
You're out of breath.
I know. And I told him that too. I was like, I told him I have a hard time catching. Sometimes I can't breathe. Like, I have to really, like, it's like I get constricted and I have a hard time breathing. Not like out of breath from like walking because I'm pregnant. You know what I mean? My lungs are matched. It's like, anyways, I don't know. So we're just gonna go ahead and go and just, I guess, tell them all that I just told you and see what they do. So yeah, it stresses me out because I didn't want to, I don't know. I just wanted to have a full-term, I still want a full-term pregnancy, so I just hope nothing is going on, and that, I mean, it's not all in my head. I can't swell. I can't make myself swell. But
When your levels are elevated on those, I mean, hopefully it's nothing. It'd be awesome if it's nothing, but I would just rather go and not need it than need to go and not go, and it causes a bigger issue. That's just the way I think about it.
so,
I'd rather be safe than sorry.
yeah. So that's what we're doing.
In the room,
Just chilling.
she's hooked up to some monitors. She's got a headache.
Really bad headache.
I like to make sure there's no personally identifiable information there. If there is, we'll have to blur it. She's got a headache.
We finally, what time did we get here? 5?
Yeah, a little bit after 5, I think.
They asked questions for at least an hour. So
Now we're waiting on the doctor.
we're waiting on them to tell us what to do. So anyways, I don't know.
Their fashion has not changed. She wore this circa 2019. So you saw it here first for the second time.
She's done it again.
It's so dumb.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
he's hitting my bladder. Always like little pains shooting through my vagina.
She's gonna pee in their bed.
But you can hear his heartbeat.
Yep. They said he's doing great. So that's good. They also called her a 32-weeker when she got here. This old 32-weeker.
I'm 32 and 2, and when my water park was Stella, I was 32 and 6. So
Oh no.
I'm just
Oh,
hoping
no.
that holds off. But
Oh no.
we'll see.
That was the TikTok song.
Yes, it was. Video you. Be normal. You look so nice.
Well, I'm in a mask, so you can't see my facial expressions. I just want you to be okay.
I want to be okay too.
Hopefully we get to go home. Because if we get to go home, we'll go eat some dinner, and I'll just take you for a little relax and sit and eat some good food, make you feel a little bit better mentally.
Really?
Yes. Mainly because I need it for my stress.
Yeah.
I'm stressed out.
Aren't we all? Oh.
I just been sitting in this little chair every now and then. When the doctors and nurses come in, I like to be standing up because I feel like they take you more serious if you show that you care. And so I want to be present. I don't want to, I don't want to just be like an absent,
Sitting in the corner on your phone.
Yeah, I don't want to be an absent guy like playing my Xbox or something. I mean that's funny for the people that do it, but I don't want to be that guy.
No. So when we first had Stella, though, we were in a room like this for like 2-3 days.
Yeah, and it gets miserable. when you
No
don't have
window.
lectures.
It was just the lights off. But anyways, my head's hurting too bad to talk right now. I'm just gonna rest because now they're not in here asking me a bunch of questions. So
So now I'm gonna talk.
no.
Gather round, children.
Bye bye.